Hi there. Spring's here. Well, in France, summer's almost here. And it won't be too long before I get back out on the streets. And I've had a great winter. I've made a lot of friends and I have lots of new students. I thought today I've got a little list here of some questions that people send to me. So I'm going to answer these questions now. When you play on the street, how do you overcome the feeling of nerves and just being there on the street? Well, the first time, like the first time in everything, is much worse. And you feel as though you shouldn't be there, and you feel that people are going to throw things at you, that maybe the police will move you on immediately, which sometimes they do. And generally you feel quite strange. So after the first one, progressively it gets better and better, and the second or third one, and even towards the end of the first one, you feel pretty much okay. And what I do, it's like I have a bubble around myself. I'm there and I belong there. It's not as though I'm an alien intervening in some kind of environment that doesn't belong to me. It's my street as far as I'm concerned when I start to play. So I have this bubble around myself, and really when I'm setting up, and I'm setting up the amplifier and the guitar, the other people around me, they kind of exist, but it doesn't really matter because it's a very impersonal place in the middle of a city. It's not to say that I'm cold, but I have this protective wall around myself. Another question. What was the first song you ever learnt? It was Bob Dylan's Don't Think Twice. Quickly followed by some Tom Paxton, by Don McLean. And next, who is your favourite bluesman? That's a very, very difficult one. I do play a few Robert Johnson songs because he's such a legend, but really I don't think he was the best bluesman. He was intense, but there are other people that are much more inventive and had a massive impact, like Son House, and a guy like Scrapper Blackwell, who was incredibly inventive, maybe because he played with a piano player, Leroy Carr. And probably one of my favourites is Floyd Council. He's got a great bouncy Piedmont style, not too fast, a bit like ragtime, and of course way up there is Gary Davis and Blind Blake. And my favourite style to play, I think it's going to be the picking, the Travis style. Because it's so much fun, it's a relaxed style. The thumb is just moving backwards and forwards on 2 or 3 strings, and of course that leads you into ragtime style. I do like the Delta blues, and some of the slower songs by, say, Lightning Hopkins are just they just speak to me, because it just teaches us that in between those notes the sounds and the spaces are really, really important, and that's where a lot of the blues is. Another question, can you just tune your guitar down and play bottleneck on any old guitar? Well, let's see. Take out a bottleneck. There's always someone, there's one somewhere around. And actually I've never tried this on this guitar. It'll probably be a mess. Maybe I'll take the cap off. That's a good idea, Jim. Yeah. So the answer is, yeah, you can, but you need to be really light with your bottleneck, and as you can hear, it doesn't really work. Now when I play bottleneck, I use a guitar with the action that's always a little raised. It's an old 40-year-old guitar that I've got, and that's exactly what I'll be using this Saturday. I've got a live class Saturday evening, that's 7 p.m. French time, and that's I think that's 1 p.m. New York time, but you can check your own time zones. It's $5 and I'll be covering Crossroads by Robert Johnson. I'll see you there.